What's happening, guys? So I wanted to shoot this video to just kind of talk about the meet, kind of how things went, some of the things that went through my mind and all these different things. But first I just want to say some thank yous to some people. Obviously, first and foremost, my wife and son for not only always supporting me, but coming out. You know, my son actually had a soccer game on Saturday and he skipped that to come watch me, which allowed Teresa, my wife, to come with as well. And you know, they're my biggest supporters and you know, they mean the world to me. So thank you for everything you always do for me. You know, some people came out and watched me to support me, so thank you very much. You know, Reggie, Steven, you know, my buddy George was actually competing there and he supported me as well, of course. And this guy is an absolute monster. Like, you guys have no idea. I will actually overlay some of the footage from his lifts because I had my wife record his third attempts. He also competed in 83 kilogram with me, except he won the whole thing. He got 1,500 total pounds, like a 450 something Wilks, just absolutely ridiculous. The guy's a monster and just a pleasure to be around, just a real inspiration to me. Just unbelievable. The guy's an absolute animal. I also got to thank my coach Jacob Allen, just an amazing coach. And you know, I know it had to be difficult these last handful of months trying to keep up with all the changes that were going on with me and keep up with, you know, my injuries and changing plans on the fly and redoing things and checking form when I had to make adjustments and trying to refigure out how to brace and all these different things. He just helped me tremendously and just always does it without a complaint. And you know, I'm very happy with him. I've been with him for about a year and a half now and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So thank you, Jake. And then last but certainly not least, Paul, I can't thank you enough for really everything you've done for me. Taking time out of your busy schedule to come out and help both myself and George and to handle me and to, you know, coach me through the meet and keep my spirits high and keep me on top of my cues and, you know, keep me focused. You know, that means a lot to me, but it's absolutely nothing in comparison to, you know, the friendship that I've made with you. And I just can't thank you enough just for being the person that you are. And you're just someone that I very much look up to and inspired to be like. And you know, you've been a mentor, you've been a coach, and you've been a friend and just someone that I very, very, very much look up to. And you know, I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart, everything that you've done for me. And I feel very blessed and honored to have you in my life. And sorry, a little mushy stuff, but Paul's just such an amazing human being, and I haven't really ever met anybody like him before. And you know, it's very rare to have someone come into your life and really change the way you think about things and really make a huge impact on your life. You know, it just doesn't happen a lot, so you need to be grateful when that happens. So I'm very, very grateful for you, Paul. Sorry if this was a little bit awkward, but I just had to say that. And anybody who is not following Paul, you must do so immediately on YouTube. He has an absolutely fantastic channel, and he's coming up on 10,000 subscribers here, very deservedly so. He deserves much, much more. The information that he puts out is absolutely fantastic. A lot of what I learn from people like Paul and Lane, and which Lane, thank you too for everything that you do for me and for supporting me. So go check out Paul. I will put his channel in the description below, and make sure you stop by and check him out. And now we will go past the mushy stuff and talk about the meet. With that aside, as for the meet itself, everything went pretty well with the exception of one small hiccup on bench, which I will talk about in a little bit. But to start with squats, you know, the main focus of my squats was to kind of get as much weight as I could, but without risking hurting my back anymore, because it still wasn't totally 100%. I mean, it felt pretty good, but I just didn't want to do anything to risk being out for a long time after this meet, especially since I wasn't trying to do anything crazy at this meet. I didn't have to try to qualify for nationals anymore, which I actually would have if I needed to, but I didn't need to. You know, I wasn't trying to do anything crazy, so I just wanted to kind of survive squats. So the goal was to do as much weight as I could without really grinding hard on any reps in risking any further injuries. So I think I accomplished that perfectly. You know, I ended up with like a 469 squat, and it was smooth. It was still challenging, but you know, it moved well. Nothing got out of position or anything. So I was really happy with the way squats went and felt. Now that's probably the last low bar squat you may ever see from me, just kind of depending on how high bar goes for me, but I think that's just going to work a lot better for me without being able to brace properly with the Valsalva. I just think it's going to do really well. So This dude's trying to figure out what I'm doing. But after squat, I went on to bench, and this is just kind of a mystery to me. Like, I don't quite understand it, and sometimes you just can't explain things. You know, I'm not mad, I'm not upset by any means, but I really expected of any movement to go well during this meet. I thought it would be bench, because it was the only movement that I was able to get all my training in. It was the only movement that felt just fantastic the whole entire time through my entire training blocks leading up into the meet. I should have had some sort of a super compensation effect from the taper, and it just didn't feel good. I don't know why. It just did not feel good. From the moment I started warming up, it just didn't feel right. I don't know if it's, you know, changing equipment, you know, maybe a little different height level on the bench. I don't know what it was, but it didn't feel good. So I ended up, my second attempt was 308, 309-ish, something like that. And then from there, I was hoping to hit at least 320, because that would have been a meet PR for me. I've done 314 twice, and you know, I hit 315 in training, you know, about a week prior to when I was conservative maxing, and it was an absolute smoke show. Like, it just felt amazing. So I figured I should have at least 320, right? Well, after the second attempt, I knew, I was like 90% sure I did not have 320 in me. But YOLO! I just figured, you know what? Who cares about trying to tie another PR? I'm not doing this meet for anything other than just to have some fun. So screw it, let's have a little fun and let's go for 320 anyway. Didn't hit it. Honestly, I don't even think I would have hit 314 either. It didn't feel good at all. It just felt so heavy, and I don't know. It's just one of those things. But like I said, not upset. It's just, it is what it is, and I'll just continue moving forward and getting better at bench. I'm happy with the way bench has progressed. It just wasn't there on that day for whatever reason. Now deadlift, this was the big one for me. This is the one you've probably seen my final deadlift a couple times. If you follow me on anything other than just YouTube, you've probably seen it multiple times. I was just really proud of this. You guys that have followed me for a while know that the deadlift has been my nemesis since I pretty much started deadlifting. Like, it's just that lift that's always been a difficult one for me. And progress has been slow. It just hasn't been good. And, you know, things have finally started to click with my deadlift. It's coming together. You know, I'm refining things all the time. It's feeling better. And to be able to hit that PR after everything I've gone through with, you know, not knowing if I'd be able to continue to powerlift, having to take 3 months off of lifting for the surgery, coming back, then having to take the Valsalva out and kind of relearn how to brace in a different way and do things differently, and then hurting my back, you know, a month out from the meet, and reducing volume significantly, missing training, you know, cutting back on reps, cutting back on everything. You know, to come away with that PR, it just really meant a lot to me, and I was just ecstatic, as you probably saw with the reaction. It just was like, it was amazing. So, you know, I ran up and gave Paul a huge hug, and I ran to the back, and I was literally back there just screaming, just shouting and screaming. I was so freaking pumped up, and I can't lie, like, I kind of held back some tears a little bit, because I was just a little bit overwhelmed, and it's just one of those really proud moments. You know, you go through so many ups and downs in life, and, you know, when things aren't going very well, it can be kind of hard to keep your head up all the time. But when, you know, you persevere and you just kind of keep going and control what you can control and do what you can do, and just let the chips fall where they may, like, that's always enough. And thankfully that lift was there that day. Like, it felt really good. I mean, I had more in me too, and I pretty much knew after my second attempt of 485, like, it moved so fast, and it felt so good that even though I was aiming 507, I was like, I probably have another 5 to 10 pounds more than that, probably pretty easily. But I was like, I'm here. I've been wanting this PR. I've been shooting for this. This is the big one. Just take the PR, go for it, and just be happy with it. And that's what I did. And like I said, it just felt amazing. So let's see, placing. This was, I kind of goofed up on this. Now, I didn't get any medals, and that's fine. Like, I really don't care about the placing. I never did from the beginning. In fact, when we were kind of into the deadlifts, Paul was like, do you want to kind of know where you're at? And I'm like, nah, I really don't care. Like, I don't care about placing. I don't care if I get first or last or whatever. I'm just here to try to hit my lifts and just have some fun. And I just said, I didn't even look at it. I said, don't even tell me about it. Well, I go out to do my last deadlift, and as I'm about to lift, the announcer says something along the lines of, like, Colin needs this lift to secure 4th place, or something like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, at least I guess I know I'm around 4th place. okay, well, at least I guess I know I'm around 4th place. But turns out it was weird because it was regionals and it was also this American Open, which was for Florida lifters only. So when I signed up, I figured, okay, I'll sign up under the American Open because it's Florida lifters only. I figured that regionals would be super competitive and, you know, I wasn't going to be near full strength, so I figured, why sign up for regionals and pay more money? Might as well just sign up, because I had to sign up for one or the other anyway. So I'm like, well, I'll sign up for the American Open and it'll probably be less competitive. Well, it turns out if I would have signed up for regionals, that automatically would have put me into the American Open. Wouldn't have cost me an extra dime. I didn't even know this, didn't say this anywhere, at least I didn't see it. And it turns out, regionals, I think I would have got like 2nd or 3rd. But with the American Open, I didn't place. So it was really strange. I'm like, why is everyone who's like really good doing the American Open but not regionals, when regionals you would think would be the more competitive one? But I mean, it doesn't matter. But literally, when I ended up seeing things, I was like, what was it? It was like 50 or 60 kilograms. 3rd place was 50 or 60 kilograms ahead of what I did. Like, it wasn't even close to being top 3. And then for whatever reason, you know, I could have been competitive in regionals. I don't quite understand that. But again, doesn't matter. I really don't care about placing. I didn't care about a medal at all. Like, that's just, it had nothing to do with anything with this meet. I just thought it was really strange. So, I mean, if you ever see that with one of the competitions you're doing, I don't know. Just take a look at it. But let's see what else. I guess I don't have a lot to say other than, you know, just thank you guys for all the support you've given me, people who comment on my channel and wish me well and all that type of stuff. I mean, it really means a lot to me. It does. So, you know, the fact that you take your time out to watch my videos and to show me some love and just show me some interest, it really means a lot to me. And it was pretty cool, actually. I met some people that have watched my channel at this meet. You know, I met like 3 or 4 people that watched. You know, one person said that they were a big fan, which that was really bizarre to me. Like, I don't think anybody's ever said that, so that was pretty cool. Really nice guy. And yeah, I mean, I love this sport so much, man. There's just so much camaraderie in it, and there's just so many good people, and I love it. And I'm so happy and thankful that I can continue to do this and just kind of be in the midst of such a great atmosphere. It's just awesome. So I'm very excited, I'm very proud, I'm very happy with the way things went. Now it's time to build and move forward. I will do a separate video kind of talking about my plan moving forward and what I want to do. Obviously, or not necessarily obviously, but the next big goal is Nationals 2017. That's like 10 months from now, so I got plenty of time. I might do a meet in the middle somewhere there, but again, I'm going to do a different video talking about kind of how I'm going to progress moving forward. So that's all I have for this one. Good meet, very happy with it. Don't care that I missed the lift. It went almost as well as I could have possibly imagined, and I'm very thankful for that. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving